He'd just like everyone, particularly in the back of the room, to just try to keep the conversation down. It's just making it difficult for people to hear. Okay, thank you. Hockey is a rugged game. Players' bodies get nicked up, banged up, and broken up all the time. And sometimes it happens so frequently that a National Hockey League team reaches down to the minor leagues to bring up reinforcements. That was the case in January of 1958, when the injury-riddled Boston Bruins promoted left-winger Willie O'Ree from their Quebec Aces farm team just for 2 games against the powerhouse Montreal Canadiens. Normally, it would have been a history-making event only for the player involved, his family, and close friends. But this mid-season call-up turned out to be far more significant than usual, because on January 18, 1958, 23-year-old Willie O'Ree became the first black player to take the ice in an NHL game. Not that Willie noticed at the time. It was a Saturday night in Montreal, and we shut them out 3-0, O'Ree recalled. I was just overwhelmed. I was playing against the Montreal Canadiens in a regular season game. It wasn't until the next day that I realized, God, this is quite a thrill. That reaction had come to O'Ree when he read a newspaper article that noted his groundbreaking racial achievement. Until then, he was just another Canadian-born young man trying to make his mark in his country's favorite pastime. He had climbed up the usual channels to the NHL, starring in junior hockey and the minor leagues, while gaining a reputation for his phenomenal speed. Given that asset, his Boston teammate Bronco Horvath imagined himself transformed into the great Canadian star Maurice "Rocket" Richard. I told Willie, if you die, leave me your legs, Horvath told NHL.com. Willie's legs and my body, I'd have made them forget the rocket. From a standstill, Willie could take off flying. No one could catch him. His jersey used to billow out behind him. O'Ree didn't score in his two-game debut, but he felt comfortable with the Bruins, partly because General Manager Lynn Patrick and Coach Milt Smith were so supportive. They told him, Willie, you're part of this club. Just play hockey, and the club is behind you 100%. He returned to the minors for a couple seasons, then played 43 games for Boston in the 1960-61 season, scoring 4 goals and 10 assists. Everything looked promising until he was traded to Montreal in 1961, and the talent-laden Canadiens sold him to the Los Angeles Blades of the Western Hockey League. For 13 seasons, he starred for teams in LA and San Diego, collecting 328 goals and 311 assists. In his last season, Willie still scored 21 goals, even though he was 43 years old. First black NHL player, West Coast hockey legend. That's truly a noteworthy career. But it becomes remarkable when one fact is added. Throughout his 21-year professional career, O'Ree was blind in his right eye. In his last year of junior hockey, during the 1955-56 season, a puck struck him in the right eye and shattered its retina. He was sidelined for several weeks and felt very awkward when he returned to the ice. I was a left-handed shooter playing left wing, and I had to turn my head all the way around to see the puck, he said. Naturally, he struggled. Then I said, Willie, what's wrong? Forget about what you can't see. Concentrate on what you can see. He carried that attitude the rest of his career and got a break in 1965 when his coach in LA, Al Pike, suggested that he move to right wing. Now his left eye faced the center of the rink, and playing became so much easier. Despite that, O'Ree took no chances. He never took an eye test in the pros because he knew he would flunk it and be banned from playing. But overall, being black in hockey was a tougher challenge. His teammates were always positive, but he still had to deal with insults from fans and opposing players. I fought a lot when I was young because they wanted to test me, Willie said, but I never fought because of racial slurs, because I would have been in the penalty box all the time. Now, as director of youth hockey development for NHL Diversity, Willie travels extensively, spreading his love for hockey everywhere and to everyone. Willie O'Ree, please come up to accept the award. wanted to show a quick short video.
January the 18th, 1958. I got the initial call from the Bruins. I was to meet the Bruins in Montreal. I didn't get any goals, no assists, no penalties, just playing against the Montreal Canadiens for the first time in a regular scheduled NHL game. It was great.
50 years ago today, William Reed changed the sport of hockey forever.
It was the greatest song of my life, I believe. I'll always remember this day.
Reed opened the door for others to follow in his footsteps.
He had to be that much better than everybody else, just to get an opportunity. And for him, it wasn't really fair, but he's the one that made it work for us.
He's someone I definitely look up to and admire for putting up with everything he had to and keep fighting to get us to where he did, so translating himself to play today.
A half-century later, Reed is still making an impact as Director of Youth Development for the NHL's Diversity Program.
All right now, keep an eye on him. That's the way. The door has been open, and you can do anything that you want to do. If you put your heart to it, your mind to it, you can do anything you want to do.
Well, good evening, and thank you very much. It certainly is a pleasure for me to be here this evening. At first, I would like to introduce three individuals that accompany me here this evening. I'd like you to meet my lovely wife, Deljeet, if you would stand, and my daughter, Chandra. And a very dear friend and close to the family, Phil Farrar, who's with CBS Evening News and with the local Cobra here in San Diego. Please, Phil, would you stand up? My congratulations to the other inductees. It is an honor for me to be included with each and every one of you for this latest Sam Lacey Sports Pioneer class. I started skating at the age of 2, and I had a rink in my backyard in Fredericton, New Brunswick, Canada. My dad flooded the ice and in my yard, and it became an instant ice rink. I played organized hockey at the age of 5. I was part of the original 6 in the National Hockey League in 1958. I was referred to by the media as the Jackie Robinson of hockey. Unlike Jackie, who was told by Branch Rickey, turn the other cheek, I wasn't able to do that. I fought not because I wanted to, but because I had to. My battles consisted of defending myself against the opposing players. My goal was to play and be the best hockey player I could for the team. Some of the fans in the stands also hurled insults and racial slurs, but I just told myself, go out there and do the best you can. My sport had come a long ways since I first played on January the 18th, 1958. Before that, the only thing black on the ice that moved was the puck. Being the first person of color, it wasn't only an obstacle I had to overcome. While skating on the Ontario Junior League, I was called up before the National Hockey League. I was struck in the right eye, like the video said, and I was blind, totally blind. It was difficult to keep my eye on the puck playing left wing. What I had to do is turn my head and catch the puck over my right shoulder. I had to turn my head, and in order to keep an eye on the puck, I switched to right wing when I was traded to the Los Angeles team and won the goal scoring in 1965 and 1969. The NHL has made great strides to diversify. In 1998, Commissioner Gary Bettman appointed me the director of the NHL Diversity. I have traveled extensively through North America, visiting numerous urban and rural areas to promote the game. Our slogan is, hockey is for everyone. The NHL currently has approximately 30 programs from Quebec to Colorado, from Vancouver to Harlem, and even Florida. All of these efforts to bring the great game of hockey to everyone. We have exposed more than 45,000 boys and girls to the unique hockey experiences. My professional hockey career of 21 years ended playing here in San Diego with the San Diego Gulls, a great hockey team with tremendous fans. Last year, the CBS Evening News, the local radio station Kogo, were presented with the National Association of Black Journalists Salute to Excellence Awards as they documented my 50th anniversary of breaking the NHL's color barrier. It is with my great honor and appreciation that I accept this prestigious award from the NABAJ's Sports Task Force. Thank you very much.
Judy, don't leave.
I'm just going to watch my